All right, blessings, everyone. I'm sorry I got cut off my last video. Um, it might happen again, so this is why you're going to see 10 minutes, 12 minutes, these awkward numbers. It's because I'm just going to push this through, okay? All right, so yeah, I'm looking at Muhammad and the Prophet Muhammad, and again, I'm not sure what I'm looking at or what it is that I'm to receive. So again, I'm just going with the flow. I'm not fighting it. And what I've read so far, what I know so far is I do believe that there's a great possibility that the Muhammad was a prophet, and it goes back as far as Abraham, okay, Ishmael, all right? Through Ishmael, we have Muhammad. This is what I believe. And here in front of you, it basically gives you an idea, and I'm going to read it out. Because I believe that their beginnings did start in Genesis, the Muslims. Okay, so here we have Prophet Abraham was born in Iraq. His son Ishmael and his son Isaac were ancestors to two streams of prophets. Prophet Ishmael was the forefather for the line starting from Prophet Jacob till Prophet Jesus. Prophet Muhammad belongs to the Quraysh tribe, which traced its origin to Prophet Ishmael. The years of the gap between the age of Abraham and the age of Prophet Muhammad is over 2,000. But all the prophets from Isaac and Ishmael to Muhammad include Jesus and Moses, share a common lineage going back to Prophet Abraham. This is why Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are all called Abraham. Oh, I can't pronounce. I can't even see it. Abrahamic religions. Sorry. Anyway, but I do believe that they can go. That Muhammad goes back as far back as Abraham with Ishmael, which the mother Hagar, who was Egyptian. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to read Genesis 16, 7, 10, and 10, 11, 12. And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain and water in the wilderness by the fountain in the way to Shur. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because thy Lord has heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hands will be against every man, and every man's hands against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all of his brethren. Now, the way I received this was, I believe that the angel, when he was talking to Hagar, was really talking to her about Muhammad. That's what I perceive, because like a wild man. I mean, he was possessed. Okay, Muhammad. If you look into it a little bit, he felt he himself was possessed by demons. This was not holy as far as Muhammad was concerned. It wasn't Muhammad who first said that it was the archangel Gabriel that came to him. I believe it was an uncle or a grandfather that convinced him that it was the archangel Gabriel. Okay, so that's where that starts off with, because if you really dig into it, he did not know if it was the archangel Gabriel or not. Okay, and again, this is all tied in with the caves. All right, so I'm just asking you to bear with me with this. All right. Okay, so here we're at the beginning. We're at the entrance of the cave called Hira. I think it's called Hira. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Okay, and this is where everything took place with the 3 miracles. So I really like everyone to pay attention to the 3 miracles, okay? Because this is going to be something you're going to need to connect as we keep going on. There's something here, and it really pulled me, okay? So here we have the first miracle, which is the serpent. It's the snake. The disciple goes in before Muhammad and he cleans it out with all the snake pits but one. When Muhammad comes in, he's so tired he falls asleep on his disciple's lap. And the disciple at this time notices that there's a pit that's open, so he takes his foot and he covers the hole with his foot. At this time, the snake is now biting him, filling him with poison. And he doesn't want to wake up Muhammad, so he holds it in, but the pain is so great that the tears fall onto Muhammad's face. He wakes up, he sees what's happening, he takes his saliva and he puts it on the foot of his disciple, and it is healed. His foot is healed. That's the first miracle. The second miracle was the spider. The spider does a web all over the front entrance of the cave, covers it all, makes it look like there's nobody that's gone in or out of this cave for a long time, like for years. So the spider does the spider web, covers the whole entrance of the cave. A pigeon comes along, lays its eggs in front of the spider web. So when this man who was out there to kill Muhammad, who wants him dead, is going cave to cave looking for him, comes across this cave and he sees a huge spider web with pigeon eggs in front of it. So he figures, well, it looks like there's nobody that's been in and out of this cave, and he continues on. So again, the spider, the pigeon, save Muhammad's life. So here's the 3 miracles. So using discernment, we can look at this and say, okay, the snake, the first thing I thought of was Jonathan Kleck, the snake in the Vatican, the religion, all right, the serpent, and the spider, it was the, do you remember that year when we had spider webs all over the place and it was covering our patio furniture and it was all over the grass, and a little bit of wind, it just looked like a wave of water, a wave of spider webs, you know? Well, that really took me and it moved me towards the miracle that happened here with Muhammad also. So we had the snake and we have the spider web that took place there. And they were big spiders that year. And but another way of looking at this also, the way I looked at it anyway, was the internet. Okay, the spider and then the internet just webbing itself out there. And the spider is the pituitary gland. Please remember that MK Ultra is just another word for Satan. It's another word for evil, MK Ultra. This is the pituitary gland. This is the spider. And the internet is the web. Okay? So the egg was, for me anyway, reptilian. It's all about reptilian because we are not born of an egg here. That the egg that they represent here, what they're putting in front of you. Okay? This is an egg. This is a reptilian egg. Okay? So the 3 miracles right away, the first thing I thought of was everything that we've been going through here. And that was, like I said, the serpent being exposed as the Vatican, the religion, and the spider, the one eye, the pituitary gland, the internet, again, the egg, the reptilian that everybody's waiting for, the aliens that everybody is waiting for. But believe me, this is nothing new. This is not a new birth of any creature. They're old. They've been here for a long time. There is nothing new about this. Okay? So there's his 3 miracles, and there's where I felt that there was a connection. But as I started to read on, I realized that the Prophet Muhammad, was also known as the seal of the prophets, being everybody believing that he was the last prophet. So he is the seal of the prophets. So then that again took me straight back to the towers. Again, the seal of the prophets. So now I understand why they have this here. I think, what do they call it? Islamic prayer tower. Okay? So now this makes all sense to me, why it's there. Because we have the seal of the prophets at the bottom, at the base of all of this, and on the very